Hi, my name is Zainab. I'm the HubSpot operations team lead at Trujay, and I wanted to show you guys a couple of the newest features HubSpot has rolled out over the past few months. Starting with lists, so I'm going to head over to the list section in our demo portal and open up a static list that I have created. So here's one, for example, all contacts in my demo portal with email addresses. Now what we're able to do is generate a random sample. So I go ahead, I'm going to be creating a whole new list. So I want to make sure I give it a name. Let's say like sample, for example. Now this is going to be a sample of randomly selected contacts from this parent list. So I can choose either the count of contacts that I want to be randomly selected or a percentage of those contacts. HubSpot will fill in the other metric based off of the count of contacts in that list. And I hit create list, and now there I go. I have a generated, random sample. If I ever want to figure out how many random samples have been created based off of a parent list, I click on details, and the split into section here tells me how many random samples I have generated from this parent list. So that's the first feature. The second one I want to talk about has to do with associations. As you know, HubSpot has taken major strides on the associations front lately. We're now able to create custom associations between different objects, give them association labels. All of that's super exciting. But another cool thing I'm able to do now is when I edit the list that I have, let's say that's my contact list, the full list of contacts, the full list of companies, deals, or a custom object, I'm now able to pull in association columns into that table. So I've pulled in some that might have some data. Again, this is a demo portal, so we don't have much in here. But there you go. I'm able to see my contact to company associations, contact to company, that's of course the primary company this time, emails, deals, meetings that are associated to these contacts, tickets. It'll show you one association at a time if there's only one that exists. But if there's multiple records that exist with that association type, it'll show you a count that you can click on, and then you can pull up the associated records. So that's a cool new way for us to be able to view our records. I also just want to go through one other item. So now when I am creating new creating new records, like new contacts, companies, deals, I can edit the create record form, and I can add in associations that I would like to have my team also include when they're generating new records. So for example, for this contact create form, I can pull in companies, deals, and tickets. Of course, the list here will change depending on what objects you have in your HubSpot account. And I can now make these associations required upon the creation of new records. So super cool. While we're on the topic of creating new records, this is something that's specific to deal records only, but there's this cool new feature that allows you to customize the create deal forms based off of the pipeline that the deal is in. So you want to head over to this add pipeline logic tab and click on add logic here. It works very similarly to the form dependencies, the form field dependencies that you put into place. So you on this like main create deal form, you want to just have all the fields in here that would apply to all pipelines, and then add in dependencies like you would when you are creating a form that are associated to a particular pipeline. Let's see, there's another cool thing that I want to show you guys around imports. So now when I'm running an import, let me just select a random file here to show you guys. Let's see, let's use this file here. So now I'm able to select how I want the import to run. Depending on the object or objects that I'm importing in, I can select if I want the import to create or update the object's records, or just create records or update records only. So this is a really cool functionality that allows you to have more control over the imports you run into HubSpot. Last but not least, HubSpot has changed the placement of goals. Now you find them under the reports section here. And you're able to create custom goals now. So previously we were only able to create goals that were out of the box. Now HubSpot allows you to create custom goals. So if I click on create goal, create from scratch, let's first choose an object. So let's say it's a calls goal, for example. So I'm just going to name it test for now. You can select the property that you want the goal to be against. Let's say it's call duration, for example. Let's do a sum, or let's do an average by user. So on average, I want my sales team members to be on the phone for 40 hours a month, for example. That's a KPI that I have internally. So I can select a unit of measurement. Let's make it hours, and then also a date property. I want to go based off of the activity date. And then I also select a tracking method. So you tell HubSpot that either the higher the value, the better, or the lower the value, the better. In this case, for this example, the more they're on the phone, the better, right? Somehow that translates to more business. So now I want to click on higher value is better, lower is worse. Then I hit next here. I select the users that are going to be contributing to this goal. And then I select the duration. And finally, I'm able to enter in my targets. So it works, after this point, it works very similarly to the out-of-the-box goals, the only difference being that now I can determine the metric that HubSpot is tracking the goal against. So that's it for now. See you guys on the next HubSpot features video.